Hi, welcome to this course that will get you started creating powerful short videos and animations that you can use online across a variety of social media platforms and that will help you broadcast your message, boost your brand, and have a larger impact.
Hello, my name is Anneke 𝗪𝗂𝗧𝗏. I am together with Kristen Palana from Rome teaching you this course about video and animation in social media.
Hi, my name is Kristen Palana. I'm an artist, educator, and author, and I'm so happy to partner up with Anneke 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗏 in this course to teach you the ins and outs of creating quick and dirty, straightforward videos for social media.
What we want to do in this course is to show you how to make very short animations or videos, doesn't matter what it is, to get the attention of people on social media that are scrolling to their Facebook page or looking at the Twitter feed, so that you are visible.
We'll get into how and why you should make short video and animations. We'll discuss what your goals should be for planning them, what to say, and how to end them so your viewers will take action. We'll get into all the various main social media platforms and how you can harness the power of each one to get your videos out there, online, and going viral. This course is for people of all skill levels, though beginners, novices, and intermediates with some basic video and/or social media knowledge will probably get the most out of it. So, are you ready to get started? Let's dive in and we'll show you the power of short and how less is actually more.
Why would you want to use video on social media? Of course, you can do it only for your personal use, but you can also do it to reach more clients, for instance, if you are a freelancer, or if you have something to sell, or if you want to show what your small business is doing. Video and social marketing is a sort of word-of-mouth advertising. It's a modern way of doing this. People telling each other, hey, this is interesting, take a look at this, because this is something you might like. That's one of the biggest benefits of social media. That's completely different from, for instance, if you have your videos embedded on your website. It's much more interactive. First of all, they can, of course, share the video if they found it interesting enough, but they can also like your favorite videos. They can retweet them if it is a tweet that you send out with video. They can comment on it. So there are much more ways to interact with the people you are reaching out to. We have 4 platforms that we are going to teach. The first one is Facebook, the second one is Twitter, the third one is YouTube, and the fourth one is LinkedIn. What is special about Facebook? Facebook is really a place to engage your friends and customers and to encourage them to share your content. But if people are scrolling their newsfeed and they see something playing, they might click on it, and you want them to stop at your message and take a look. It is an enormous big platform. There has been more than 1 billion video views on Facebook each day. Each day. That's a reason to be on Facebook with your videos. Why Twitter? Twitter is very much about what's happening now. If you have a new product, or if you have something to celebrate, or if you have an offer that you want to make, do it with a tweet and do it with a video tweet. Video will let you stand out on Twitter. Now, why YouTube? Each of these platforms are different animals. First of all, it's a very good search engine. It's, after Google, the second largest search engine where people are looking. So you have traffic, you just have to be sure that they find you. YouTube is a place to build an audience, to establish yourself as an expert in your field. They don't want to watch ads, or they don't want to be sold to. They want to watch content that's useful to them. So it would be great to make a series of how-to videos or other videos that are providing content that your viewers can use directly. And they might subscribe you and you will get a bigger audience. Finally, LinkedIn is the world's largest professional network online. Very special animal again. Mostly used for B2B, dus business to business. Only use it in a serious way. if you want to reach out to other professionals, be professional. You can differentiate yourself on the platform by using video. You can make, like we do in this course, a video about yourself to present yourself as a video business card, but you can also make small videos if you have events or if your company is doing something special. You can place a video too on LinkedIn. Let's get started.
Okay, in this lesson, I'm going to show you a couple of examples from my own portfolio and that of my students of messages that were crafted in exactly 30 seconds. So the first one I'm going to show you, hang on, is exactly 30 seconds. And I apologize to start on a somewhat of a negative note because it's a political ad that was created for the 2004 election. And it was for an organization in the US called MoveOn.org. And it was exactly 30 seconds, and it was for an online contest. And this animation that I made did extremely well. It actually, out of, let me see, I think they got thousands of entries, and because of online voters, Yellow Ribbons was voted number 34 overall. The budget was $25. And basically, it was an ad against George W. Bush. So apologies if you like George W. Bush. Okay, so I'm going to play this for you. And just excuse this bit at the beginning. This was in an exhibition, so it needed a little bit of context. But the ad itself is actually 30 seconds from beginning to end. So this just tells you a little bit more about it. And let's see. Here we go.
Now that we're in Iraq, we're asking those who sent us. Weapons of mass destruction? Saddam Hussein linked to Al-Qaeda? And the September 11th attacks? The truth is, George W. Bush and his team of public relations marketers played on our fears in order to sell us this war. And they're still looking for more ways to make us buy. Can we really afford more lies? We're already paying the price.
Okay, so that is exactly 30 seconds, and you can actually still see that online on moveon.org, but it's quite an old contest now. Let me see if I can just go and have a look at my students' work. So let's see. Okay, so this is one created by students. For the World Food Program, there was a competition to raise awareness about world hunger and ending hunger and support for the UN's World Food Program. So this is, again, 30 seconds and just a very simple message created by my students. Right? Short, powerful, to the point. This was actually an international competition as well. And here we go. Let me show you the one that actually came in second out of thousands of entries. Okay, so this one is called Just Because We Can't See It. It was created by 4 students in a group. This was from my Intro to the TV Commercial course. And this was a student entry to the Hunger Bites TV commercial video competition sponsored by the UN's World Food Program. And they actually came in second. And this was the winners were determined by online votes. You can see they got over 100,000 views on YouTube, which is nothing to shake a stick at. That's actually not so easy to do, to get that many views on YouTube. So this is a 30-second message promoting the World Food Program by my wonderful students.
Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Anyway, those were just 3 very quick samples. I'm going to turn this over to my fabulous co-instructor so that she can show you some 30-second gems from her end. See you in the next lesson.
This is how short and effective a video can be. Let's have a look. I've repeated it 3 times. So this is an extremely short animation. Now let's have a look at an animated GIF. A very recognizable situation for mothers, I think. Of course, there are a little bit more longer ones. You can see this is a beautiful made instructional video. Now for another example. As you can see, this is a whiteboard animation video that gives you the problem, gives you the solution in an entertaining way. And finally, we have some personal and very funny way of telling a story that you can use Facebook very well for. Let's have a look.
Why did you go vegan? So let me tell you all a story about how it all began. Firstly, let us just say that before I was vegan, I was very much not vegan. I used to want to eat meat for every meal, and I didn't care at all about anything I was eating. That's right, it was about a 1 in a million chance that I would go.
And then you can see how he organizes this story. Very funny, very personal. These are a few examples of short and effective videos. Not all of them are 30 seconds, I'm afraid, but at least you get an impression. Let's go inside the course, have a look at all these different social media and how to use video on them. Very short videos.
Hi, this is Kristen Polana here. So, this lesson is all about the benefits of being able to make a powerful and effective 30-second animation or video. First, let me tell you, I'm a practicing multimedia artist myself, and I've also worked with thousands of university students from all over the world on their videos and animations. I can tell you with 100% full confidence that it's actually much harder to tell a compelling story or craft a powerful message in 30 seconds than it is to make a long rambling video that's 5, 10, 15 minutes or however many minutes long with its focus all over the place. So, if you can get your message across in 30 seconds, you will be much more likely to win over hearts and minds and, most importantly, get your viewers to take the action you want them to take. What action do you want them to take? Well, that could be to support a worthy crowdfunding initiative. It may be to buy a product. It could be to visit a website to learn more about something. You could be educating the viewer and raising awareness, and all you really want them to do is to think or act differently. So why are we focusing just on 30 seconds? Why this number? Well, for Twitter video, you only get 30 seconds. And if you go back to the 20th century in a time machine, or even now, if you buy a commercial spot on broadcast television, you only get 30 seconds usually for your message. So here's a question. What's the average amount of time a typical web browser spends on any given typical web page? The answer is 7 seconds. So, if most people can't even look at a web page for a full 10 seconds, how successful do you think a 5-minute or 10-minute epic is going to do online? Not very well. The most popular and most viewed videos on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook all have one thing in common. They, like myself, are very short. They are also clear, to the point, and memorable. The best ones also have a clear call to action at the end. They also have a clear sense of who their main target audience is, and most importantly, the best short videos only have one goal that they set out to achieve. This goal could be, again, get the person to visit a website to learn more. It could be to read a book, support a cause, support a candidate, to buy something, whatever it is, one goal. See you in the next lesson. Hey there. Okay, so this lecture is actually a case study, and it's all about thinking about crafting your story or your goal and basically figuring out what it is that you're going to say in your short video. But it doesn't matter if you have iMovie, it doesn't matter what you're using. This is all about the thinking and the planning of your short video. It's the most important process for making your video or animation. So don't worry about the tools that I'm using. However, if you are interested in working this way, this is just a simple iMovie trailer template, and I'm just filling in some text and dragging in videos. And I'm happy to share more of that with you if you want to check out one of my other courses. Okay, in this lesson, we are going to work on our storyboard. Later, we'll go to our outline and our shot list. So you want to make sure you're in the middle here. And you'll see that as I drag my mouse over the different elements, it will show me my text. And this is where we're going to later drag and drop our video or images. And at the moment, let's play around with the structure of this. So let's give it a story. So I'm still not sure if Polana Films is the best way to open this, but we'll keep it for now. And then at the beginning, the music in this is kind of sort of heavy and dramatic. So here I'm going to focus on the pain points of my ideal student, which would be someone who maybe is not happy with their current website. So here I ask, does your website need a makeover? And then of course all of this stuff will be replaced by video. And then I started to put, but you don't know where to start. So again, you know, what's the problem that they're having? They have a website that maybe they're not happy with and they don't really know what to do about it. Where do they even begin? The reason I put those there is because of the music, which continues. And then here, the music starts to change. So I'm just using the structure that iMovie has set up, where the mood is starting to change to something more positive. So here I wrote, let me help you create your dream website. And by the way, when you edit your text, you can decide which text is going to be a bit smaller and which is going to be a bit bigger. So I tried to keep the bigger text to a phrase or something that I really wanted to stand out. Before, I think I had it, let me help you create your dream website, but that was just a bit too big. So I took out the create and put it up here and made your dream website really stand out as the bigger text. So here, the music starts to change, so watch. Right? So that's where all of the video of the new website and all the cool things that we do in the course is going to go. Here I'm still editing, so this is the text that came with the template. So here I'm going to add in some more. Okay, so here I fast forwarded a little bit and I thought more about what kind of text I wanted to have and I entered it in. So I ended up going So I ended up going with, let me help you create your dream website so it works hard for you while you are sleeping, promoting your brand, getting you more subscribers, and social media shares. Breathe new life into your old website, and then it will give you the credits, which is where I'll put the name of the actual course. Now, clearly I'm limited. In a way it's good because people tend to want to cram way too much text into their videos. So this really forces me to keep it short but sweet. So that's pretty much it. Now it's still a template, but just to kind of preview how it's going to go, I can click the little button here. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and actually I noticed that down the bottom it didn't get my final title, which was Breathe New Life into Your Old Website. Ugh. And of course we want to make sure we have no typos. There we go. Okay, so now that should work. This case study is all about the planning of a video, and hopefully it will help you learn how to write yours as well.
Step 1. You want to get the attention of your audience in 7 seconds. How do you do that? Interrupt what they are doing. Asking a question is a great pattern interrupt. It has to be a question that is really a problem for them. Now you can explain what your service or product solves for them, the benefits, what they gain by using your service. That is step number 2. To back up your claim. Why are you experienced? Why do you think you can solve their problem? Why is this product exactly right for this problem? And the last step is a call to action. You must only do one call to action. What do you want people to do? Do you want them to go to a website? Do you want them to sign up? Do you want them to call you? One of these. That's your script. In the next lecture, you will find ways to find fill-in-the-blank scripts or to use a template in animation software that has a script built in, or how to outsource your script to Fiverr. JuneStudios.com. It's a site where you can get a free ebook with 50 explainer fill-in-the-blank video scripts. If you sign up to this site, there will be a pop-up and you can put in your email address and you will get this 50 explainer video fill-in-the-blank video script. It will look like this. 50 explainer video. An introduction. Before you get started, some instructions. Time yourself, don't forget to have fun. Example done for you script. Look at you, you've been, and then you see this empty space. Triggering circumstances your customers are in. This is the suggestion that you get. Fill this in. Just face it, you and then have a problem. And it's not like you're just... And then here you see the solution. Look at you, you've been sitting in front of your computer for hours. Just face it, you have a writer's block. These are all fill-in-the-blanks, explainer, scripts. This is the script the promo video for my Fiverr Animation Specialist course. It has 4 parts. The first part is, who is the course for? If you are an Explaindio user, or if you have started out with whiteboard animation and you see the possibilities, but you have not been able to make money with it, then this course is for you. Welcome. Then there's the part, why should you take this course? Part 3 is, what is in the course? The course is going to cover, you will learn how to become open new markets, and finally you're going to learn from the professionals. And the 4th part, of course, is the call to action. I want you to see or feel if you can do it yourself, or if it would be much better if you hired somebody, a professional on Fiverr. In my case, I'm not very good at it. It always sounds in my own ears like I am to do a play in the theater and that I'm very amateurish. For the real work, I love to hire a professional voiceover. If you are an Explaindio user, or you have started out with whiteboard animation and you see the possibilities, but you have not been able to make money with it, then this course is for you. Welcome to Fiverr Animation Specialist. There is a huge demand on Fiverr from buyers who are looking for whiteboard animation, animated text or animated figure animations. Animation is one of the best-selling gigs on Fiverr.
If you're an Explaindio user, or have just started out with whiteboard animation, and you see the possibilities, but you've not been able to make money with it, then this course is for you. Welcome to Fiverr Animation Specialist in 8 steps. There's a huge demand on Fiverr from buyers who are looking for whiteboard animation, animated text, or animated figure animations. Animation is one of the best-selling gigs on Fiverr.
But it's up to you. This lesson is to find out if you want to use your own voice or if you want to use a voiceover if you feel that's better. I've made a small script of about 100 words. I'm going to have it spoken out for 2 voiceovers, 1 female and 1 male, to be able to send it to animators to make an animation from it.
You are a busy coach, teacher, entrepreneur, or freelancer, and you just don't have the time. You need video for your website, but you don't want to be on camera or have the money for an expert. And you just don't have the time to learn one of these new animation programs. You are a busy coach, teacher, entrepreneur, or freelancer, and you just don't have the time. You need video for your website, but you don't want to be on camera or have the money for an expert. And you just don't have the time to learn one of these new animation programs.
So this is the animation I made myself from the script and from one of the 2 ordered voiceovers. Then I ordered a few times different animations on Fiverr. I will show you one who has made an animation in the same style. So also in whiteboard animation in VideoScribe. And I chose for 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝑥, who is a top-rated seller and has over 5,000 reviews.
Tired of trying to find a way to get and keep your potential customers' attention? Whiteboard animation is great for all types of businesses. Whether you're a small business, big business, or startup company, it's a fun and memorable way to advertise your business.
I like her style. She works in Sparkle VideoScribe, $5 per 30 words. I wrote her and I said, "Hi, I would like you to make a whiteboard animation for me from this voiceover. Would you please tell me how I order the right amount of gigs?" And then I sent her the voiceover. It would be $25 for this whiteboard animation. I would need the text. And here's the quote, $25, 7 days. And then I say, great, thank you. Here's the text. And I do have a second voiceover. Sounds good. Me happy. And then I got the results. 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃 delivered your work. 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, hello Anneke, here's your video. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for ordering with me. Here's your download link. And as a sort of extra, she ended up syncing both voiceovers to the video on the house. So that's a little present from her to me. And then you can download it.
You are a busy coach, teacher, entrepreneur, or freelancer, and you just don't have the time. You need video for your website, but you don't want to be on camera or have the money for an expert. And you just don't have the time to learn one of these new animation programs. Then this course is made for you. A fast, easy, 5-day program to show you the best, up-to-date, reliable possibilities to get animated video for your small business website, and for a small price. Enroll in this 5-day outsourcing animation challenge. Click the blue Take This Course button and start outsourcing videos the easy way.
As you can see, she has made a little bit more than 40 seconds animation for me. And she has thought of the images. She has used the images from Sparkle. She has used some of the text. And all of this she did for $25. So this is how I made my order with a top-rated seller. For $25, I am extremely happy. And I told her too. This was the official video of Twitter announcing that they have video now. Do you see how much you can put in 30 seconds? Because 30 seconds is the maximum time that you can use on Twitter. There are 3 ways that you can put video on Twitter. First of all, you can record it from the Twitter app. Secondly, you can import it from your iPhone or iPad app from Twitter. Or you can upload your own videos to Twitter. And if you want to do it in a deliberate way, not just for social, but because you want to share it or have people take action, then you're going to make a video on your computer and upload it later. Let me show you how it goes. Here's my introduction video for one of my courses. Now I want to show you how you could go about and represent this on Twitter. Let's have a look. I won't show you the whole animation, but it is 1 minute and 7 seconds long. We can use only 30 seconds. What you can do now is upload the video as it is and then work on it inside the Twitter video manager, or you can make it 30 seconds in your own video editing program. Let's do the first one first. I'm here in my Twitter account and I'm going to say tweet. And then under here you see add photos or video. We're going to add a video. Here's my video and I say open. Standardly it opens at 20 seconds, so I will make it into 30, which is the maximum. And now you can look for which part you want to take off your movie. It sort of cuts 30 seconds off. If you play it, and then here you see it sort of ends with 30 seconds. By changing this part, you can start somewhere else in the movie. You see, now you can start here. Well, you get the idea. It's a maximum of 30 seconds. You can put in any video that's not over 512 megabyte and then select your own 30 seconds on the timeline. This is the first way. For a more accurate way, I would use a video editing program. I work lots of times in 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗃, but you can use Movie Maker or whatever video editing program you use. Let me show you how I do it. I'm now in 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗃 Studio and I have imported this movie. Here you can see, if you play it, you can just take the first 30 seconds. Let's go there. More or less 30. Then what I could do is say, let's play it, and look for the exact moment that I want to stop it. So I'm going to stop it before the red. Now I'm going to cut it. And what I'm going to do here is fade out in audio so that it becomes a little bit better. See, now the music is fading out. This is now selected, delete, and I'm going to see if I can take a little bit off the front so that it's just fitting into the 30. And maybe I should do something with the music too, with a fade in. Now let's see what we have. Now you have a more pleasant way of making these 30 seconds work for you. I have tried to use Movie Maker, but it's in Dutch, so I thought maybe I'd better do it in 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗃. On the Mac, of course, you have ScreenFlow or whatever program you are using for video editing. Here you see an example of how I use Twitter for my, I think mostly for my brand, to become visible to other people. What I do mostly is send out little animations, like here. Let's have a look. What is this 5-day animation challenge about? You are a busy entrepreneur. You have your own, probably small business. You are a coach. You are a teacher. And you can see what you can do in this, for instance, is another one. Here's another one. They're all totally different. Here's one for Valentine's Day. As you can see, these are all totally different. What are you going to use Twitter for? This is a sales animation, you can say. People to start with something new, especially if it is a new technology, and it really is not so difficult. So as soon as you have started, you know that it's not so difficult. It's just a starting point. So the challenge is to get you working inside one of these softwares. To get you working inside Powtoon, work with templates and see how easy. And you see it is 30 seconds, just a little bit of information, a little bit of encouragement. What do you do on Twitter and what don't you? You have to be clear what you want to do with your video on Twitter. Is it just to make visible who you are? Is it just for fun? Is it so that people start to recognize you or your brand? Then use it as a teaser. Don't put any hashtags in, don't put any call to action in. Just become visible. Just be so funny, as you can say, or so intriguing that people start following you. But you can also, of course, use it to get attention for your brand and to lead people to your website. You can use it to make small solutions for problems. One thing that is special about Twitter, that is used a lot in Twitter, is hashtags. Hashtags look like this. They are after the symbol only words, no spaces. There are no spaces in it. The advantage is that they become clickable, but be aware that you do not overdo it. Use the maximum of 2 hashtags. I hope you can create a buzz with your Twitter video, with your tweets. Go for it!
Hi there. So I really liked what Anneke was saying about the idea of a teaser, and to further expand on that, I just wanted to show you a teaser that I made not too long ago for one of my fine art multimedia animations, This Too Shall Pass. So This Too Shall Pass is a animated short about life with small children, the ups and downs, and it's actually, this is my website, you can see it's 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So it's short, but it's not as short as the shorts we have been talking about. So basically, I have been in a number of international film festivals with this animation and others that I've done. And one thing that they like you to submit when you're applying to be in these film festivals is either a trailer or a teaser. Now, a trailer is something you would see much more for longer films, films that are feature length, 1 hour and a half, or even, shorter films like half an hour. So it would be weird to make a trailer, which is usually around 1 minute long, sometimes can be 2 minutes long, for an animation that's 3 minutes and 55 seconds. That would be, almost half the movie, right? So a teaser makes much more sense. They also make them for feature films as well. And basically what it is, it's 15 seconds. Can you imagine 15 seconds? And all you're doing is you're generating curiosity. You're not necessarily trying to sell anything or do a call to action or anything like that. You just want to kind of establish a few key things. So I will talk about that in a moment. So this is my teaser. It's also on YouTube. And let's have a watch, shall we? So 15 seconds. Ta-da! All right, that's all the stuff coming in from YouTube. 15 seconds. So what can we possibly express in 15 seconds? Well, what I tried to do with my animation is I tried to give a sense of the production values. So hopefully, and what I can do is, I can maybe play it in the background again just so you can see. So you can see some actual scenes from the animation. You get a sense of my painting style, my animation style. There's a little bit of text to kind of explain a little bit about what the animation is about. It's about the extreme highs and lows of parenthood. Specifically, it deals with a rather sticky subject, which is that of postpartum depression. What if someone with postpartum depression were to make an animation, not all at once, but a little tiny bit, a couple drawings a day for 2 years, what would it look like? So that was basically the gist of my text. I'll just run it again in the background here. Okay, so I'm trying to establish production values. I'm trying to give a really quick overview of the story and the context with not too much text, just enough that you can read in a few seconds. And then instead of a call to action, I just put the title of the animation. I've actually heard from some of my film guru friends that they love this teaser. They felt it was very effective. In some ways, maybe it's even better than the actual animation itself, although luckily I've been fortunate to win awards with This Too Shall Pass as well. But I'm actually particularly proud of my teaser. 15 seconds. So if you are thinking about making a teaser for your website, your movie, your product, your brand, or whatever it is that you do, these are a couple of things you might want to keep in mind. That said, just like with making a 30-second video, animation, or business card, it takes a lot of thought, a lot of effort, and quite a bit of time to make a good teaser that's 15 seconds. So definitely don't try to make a teaser in 15 seconds and call it a day, unless you are superhuman. Okay, hope this helps, and see you in the next lesson.
Your business needs video. So let's start with the simplest form of introducing yourself to the world in the form of a video business card. A video business card is basically a short explanation of who you are, what you do, what you can be for your clients, and how you do that. How can you use a video business card? You can put it everywhere. In fact, it's working for you all the time. You can put it on your social media profiles. You can put it on your website, you can put it in your email even. As long as it's a short message, about half a minute to a minute long, to see your face would be very good, because then it's very easy to connect. So let's start making a video business card. Now let's have a look what a video card could look like. And I start with the person that I found it with, Jules Blundell of VideoBuzz. Let's have a look how she does it.
Hi, I'm Jules Blundell from VideoBuzz, and I take your key business messages and turn them into fun and engaging videos. It's known that 20% of the visitors to your website will read the text, whereas a whopping 80% will actually stop and watch your video. That's why I love video. It's so incredibly powerful. The reason why people choose to work with VideoBuzz is because we are marketing strategists as well as video creators. We create powerful messages that convert into visually stunning videos. Every business today needs video. So please give us a call, we'll have a chat, and we can work out what's the best strategy for you and your business.
Let's have a look at some other video cards made by VideoBuzz.
Hi, I'm Robert Starr, founder of PharmActive. I help pharmacy owners build smarter, more successful 21st century businesses. I do this by helping them integrate the best technologies to build operational efficiency that lead to increased profits.
So you see the structure of how this could be. First he says, Hi,
I'm Robert Starr, founder of PharmActive. I help pharmacy owners.
Then he goes over to I help, and then he says who he helps, pharmacy owners.
Build smarter, more successful 21st century businesses.
And what does he do? He helps pharmacists build more modern businesses.
I do this by helping them integrate the best technologies to build operational efficiency that lead to increased profits.
And then he tells how he does that. So this would be a very good introduction in your video business card. Let's have a look at somebody else.
Hi, I'm Tony Planansek. I help my clients successfully buy and manage investment properties. You want to be a property investor? Maybe you're out of your comfort zone because you don't know who to trust for the right advice. I know I can help. I believe in helping so much, I've even written a book about it. My company currently manages over $500 million worth of investment properties over 90 Melbourne suburbs.
So first of all, she says the problem, she don't know who to trust. And I have studied this, and now she's giving proof how much she has helped people.
You too can be a successful property investor. Call me today so we can have a chat about getting you started, or perhaps how we can do better with the property you already own.
So she said, maybe you have this problem or that problem, I can help.
My name, 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗃. Call me on 03 9663 6435.
So now you have sort of idea what a video business card could look like. Now let's have a look at what is for me the master of introducing yourself, and this is 𝗪𝗁, and he will explain to you how you can do this in a very short time. Introducing yourself, I mean.
So what can you do? Well, you can do something like an elevator pitch. If you don't know what an elevator pitch is, it's a short, usually 15 or 30-second introduction to yourself, right, about yourself, that tells everything that somebody might want to hear. Maybe a big client or your audience in this case, whatever they might want to hear in a very, very short amount of time. Gives them all the information they're going to need. So how do we do that? Well, I'm going to show you 3 easy steps to do that. Step number 1 is, of course, to give a quick introduction to your name and company. So your name and company would be first. So I would say, for example, hi, my name is 𝗪𝗁 from Presentation Expressions. Then the second part and the third part are actually the most critical. The second part to this, I'll change pens here, get one that actually works a little better. The second part to this is you want to talk about what value you provide to people. What is it that you do that is special that can help somebody? And usually you can start by saying our specialty, or I help, okay, or we help, whatever it may be. Okay, so you want to use the word help. So you want to talk about your specialty, or whatever it is your value that you provide people. As an example, I would say, hi, I'm 𝗪𝗁. I'm from PresentationExpressions.com, and we help people to learn to give English presentations easily and quickly. Right? My specialty and what my value is. I help people who cannot give presentations well in English, and I help them in some way. That's my value. Now, the third part of this, step number 3, is to say who you can actually help, because people want to know if they are the ones that you can help. Now, how do you do that? You would use the word even. And you would also follow that by even if. What does even if mean? It means even if you can't do this, you can still do it. It gives them the possibility that you can help anybody. As an example, I would say here, hi, my name is 𝗪𝗁. I'm from PresentationExpressions.com. We help people who don't speak English well to give English presentations really quickly and easily, and also very, very effectively. Even if they've never given an English presentation or they're totally scared of speaking in front of people. Pretty simple, right? I just said my name, my company, I said what value or service I provide, then I talked about the worst possible case that I could deal with. People who are non-English speakers, who have to give an English presentation, who maybe are scared of speaking, and who've never given a presentation before. I could talk about those things. So in that very, very short amount of time, I've just introduced myself and what I can do.
So you see, maybe you recognize how the video business cards were built up. Of course, there is a fourth part, and that is what you are offering in a video business card. So that would be number 4. This could be a structure of a video business card. If you want to know more about introducing yourself in a very short way, look for elevator pitch on YouTube.
Okay, so thanks to Anneke's lessons, I have decided to make a video business card, which makes perfect sense because 30 seconds is great for giving people a snapshot of who you are, what you do, and how you can help. So I thought this would be really useful for my social media pages. And it was a little scary though, to be honest, because honestly, I really dislike being on camera. I'm not a big fan of talking head lectures and that sort of thing. I always look a little bit weird, and I just prefer to be a voice behind a screencast. But that said, for a video business card, you do have to be on camera. So I'll turn the sound on in a moment, but this is the one that I created that I used as a pinned tweet on my Twitter account, and I also pinned it as my pinned post on my Facebook page. So just a couple of things that I chose to do before I play it for you. I decided, I'll just hit play again so you can kind of see it in the background. Okay. So basically, I decided to find a nice location outside as opposed to just my boring wall of my apartment. And I went to a park called Villa Pamphili in Rome, Italy, away from street noise. So I had to kind of go deep, deep, deep in the park. And I found some pretty things like statues and old walls, etc. I chose to film on a sunny day that had some clouds, so it was a bit of a diffused light, which is a really great, ideal lighting condition. And I made sure that the sun was shining in front and to the side of me and not behind. If the sun were behind me, it would kind of make a silhouette effect or shine into the camera, which would not be good. So if you're shooting outside on an overcast or cloudy day or partly sunny day, that's a really good condition for light. I used my directional microphone, which was fairly close by. I just had my laptop with me with my webcam and my microphone attached. A lapel mic would have probably been even better, but that's what I had with me. My Samsung Go mic, which is a really nice yet inexpensive microphone that clips right onto your computer. And finally, just before I play it for you, I intentionally kept my location and job title very general. I don't get into details, and that way I can continue to use my video business card wherever I go in the months ahead without having to update it. Because right now I live in Rome, Italy, but this summer I'm actually moving to Myanmar in Yangon, and I didn't want to try to explain that in under 30 seconds. So I kept everything really general, and I can always make another one of these once I'm there. Also, I'm on a leave of absence from the American University of Rome, and I may be doing other things once I'm in Myanmar. So again, I didn't get into those specific details, just so I can use this video business card wherever I go without having to worry about updating details. Okay, so here's my, I want to say masterpiece, but not quite, because I'm really not a big fan of talking head videos, but this is what I made, for better or for worse. So you tell me what you think.
Hi, my name is Kristen Polana. I'm an artist, educator, and author, teaching thousands of university students around the world since 2000. I've also been teaching online since 2014 to tens of thousands of students. I specialize in helping ordinary people do extraordinary things through simple, clear explanations and baby steps building up to larger things. How can I help you today?
Okay, so that was exactly 30 seconds. Let me see if I can find a screenshot where I don't look too weird. I caught myself not looking at the camera in that one. Anyway, so a couple of other tips for making a good 30-second video. This is exactly 30 seconds, and let me tell you, unfortunately, it doesn't take 30 seconds to make a 30-second video. You have to kind of really work hard to get it 30 seconds or under, so do expect that it will take time. This took me a couple of hours actually, and it's not perfect. I'm not 100% happy with how I look, what I said, blah blah blah, but a couple of do's. Do definitely try to be natural, and also try to ramp up your energy. Try to be more enthusiastic than you otherwise would be, because energy is one of the first things that get lost in a talking head type video. So I tried to be more friendly and more enthusiastic than normal. And I also was trying to film when there weren't joggers or, mothers with baby buggies going by. So definitely try to be as natural as possible. When I was choosing my clothing, I didn't put too much thought into my clothing, but I did think that the park was going to be rather green, so I wore red for contrast. Also, red is a really good color for increasing energy. It's my color that I would wear at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning when teaching university students to kind of ramp up the energy in the room. So it can be a really good choice for your video calling card. I actually also use dark blue, which is the best color to use for a job interview. You see it in my profile picture. I'll scroll up at the top here for a minute. So the colors in my profile image are very intentional. This dark blue is a perfect choice for a job interview. It establishes loyalty and trust, so that might be another good option. And here I have the red in my necklace to inject a bit of energy, and then the green background, which is calming. So another thing in my video calling card, I'm more or less happy with what I said, but then there's this one sentence that's a little bit vague. Let's see if I can play it for you.
Specialize in helping ordinary people do extraordinary things through simple, clear explanations and baby steps building up to larger things. How can I help you today?
So the part before the "how can I help you today" is okay, but if I could go back and redo it again, I might change my wording a little bit to be more clear. The problem was in 30 seconds, I had almost no time to say anything, and I teach so many different kinds of courses. So what I ended up doing is going back in and adding this bit of text to better explain what those quote-unquote things are that I was talking about. Okay, and then the final thing that I would just mention is putting in at the very end, and give yourself at least 3 to 5 seconds for this, so that eats into your time that you have to talk about yourself. But you could put in a call to action. So you could say, come learn more at my website, or enroll now, or sign up now, whatever it is. Or failing that, I didn't do that. I actually just put my little calling card that's in all of my online courses, and it just has Professor Polana at your service, because I do want to be of service, so that's important for me. And then my website. Later, in other lessons, we'll talk about the specific social media platforms. So Twitter, for example, only ends how your video ends, but Facebook, on the other hand, allows you to add a call to action to your video. So each social media platform is going to be different. I made the one video and then I've put it up on different social media platforms. So anyway, hopefully learn what to do or not do from my video calling card. In the end, I could have done about 20 more takes. I actually did lots of takes, and the one that I ended up using was maybe the 4th one out of 5, but I did spend about a good hour in the park just trying to get it right. And in the end, done is better than perfect, and I may make another one of these in a couple months' time. But for now, this is okay, and this is what I've put online. Okay, see you in the next lesson.
People on Facebook want to be entertained. So a repeating drawing like this is excellent, or something like this. These sort of things that are really nice to look at will get a lot of views. Here we have the dog. And with this dog, you have a little story. Because first you think, oh, the poor dog, he's falling to the street. And then suddenly you find out that it's his favorite game. So he does it again and again. And then, if you are able to, like here, to download a free dog training guide, that's excellent even more. Now, here we have an entertaining, meditating animation. Maybe you just want to entertain people. Or have just a little bit fun. Yeah. Or maybe... Now, why is this animation, which is of course good, but it's just words, but words are placed in a very beautiful way. This is in fact a text animation. It has of course a very good content. But why on earth does it have 12 million views? Because I think it is very well made. The music is good, the message is good, it has numbers, it gives you a positive feeling, like you can do something. That's what Facebook is all about. People on Facebook want to be entertained. So a repeating drawing like this is excellent, or something like this. These sort of things that are really nice to look at will get a lot of views. Here we have the dog. And with this dog, you have a little story. Because first you think, oh, the poor dog, he's falling to the street. And then suddenly you find out that it's his favorite game. So he does it again and again. And then, if you are able to, like here, to download a free dog training guide, that's excellent even more. Now, here we have an entertaining, meditating animation. Maybe you just want to entertain people. Or have just a little bit fun. Yeah. Or maybe... Now, why is this animation, which is of course good, but it's just words, but words are placed in a very beautiful way. This is in fact a text animation. It has of course a very good content. But why on earth does it have 12 million views? Because I think it is very well made. The music is good, the message is good, it has numbers, it gives you a positive feeling, like you can do something. That's what Facebook is all about. It took some time before Facebook embraced video. People just would not click on the videos. But they have changed it now to autoplay, and that made a big difference. If it autoplays, it plays in mute. This of course means that you will have to have a very strong beginning of your video or animation. Because if people scroll away, scroll down or up, the video stops playing. The next point is, what are you going to do? Are you going to upload your video directly to Facebook? Or are you putting a link in to, for instance, YouTube or Vimeo? There's always a discussion about it, but the advantage of uploading to Facebook directly, that it's much bigger, much better seeable. They love it. Very important, of course, is to keep it short. Let's keep a rule like a few seconds for an animated GIF, half a minute for an animation, 1 minute maybe for an explainer video, 2 or 3 minutes for educational content like how-tos. And finally, put some text under your video that is explaining what your video is about. Make it engaging. Because the videos autoplay on mute, the viewers won't hear it, and it might be a very good idea to put some text under it. These are a few tips for your Facebook video. So now I'm here on my homepage on Facebook, and I'm going to place this video. Let's go here, upload photos video. Here it is on my computer. I say open, and I'm going to say something about it, and I'm going to choose an image. This one seems most clear to me. And then we can post it. Public, post. Here you see it happening. You can put on the sound. The video stops playing. The next point is, what are you going to do? Are you going to upload your video directly to Facebook, or are you putting a... This is how easy it is. Now, if you want to know exactly how what the specs should be of your video, go here. Facebook Business Ad Guide Video Views. You don't have to create an ad, but here you find the recommendations, design recommendations, MP4, technical requirements, and you have call to actions, you can choose them. If your video is too big, use a program like Handbrake. It's free. Download Handbrake. Use just the settings as they are. Tell it where it should go, and let it handle the compression. This is how easy it is to put a video on Facebook. I want to share with you a video that went viral. Look over here. It is not an ad, it's just a normal animation that perfectly social, you can see it here, made for a client who is called 𝗤𝗵𝗹𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀com. Let's have a look.
Are you a woman feeling stuck in your life and career? Have you already achieved success but are unfulfilled and unable to progress further? You have visualized your ideal life, but you're finding it impossible to get out of your own way so that you can achieve your goals. When you lack motivation and inspiration, do you feel stressed, guilty, and in need of help to take action and live the life you want? It's time to take the next step. Get yourself unstuck and make the change to living life guided by your inner purpose. You'll be able to relax, knowing that you're free of those negative emotions, finally able to seek direction by your own standards to achieve the fulfillment and happiness you deserve. Visit my website now and download my free Guide to Taking Action that will create a powerful ripple effect throughout your life, or sign up for a discovery session with me. You can also email me, takeaction@𝗪𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀com.
So let me see, how long is this video? It's 1 minute, and that's very important. So it's not very long. What is good about it, let me play it again without sound, is that it has very clear images, very easily drawn, and by seeing these images drawn, there is a very strange effect happening, and it is that you feel like you're drawing them yourself, which is a nice feeling. But also you're being told a story, and it's a story with a problem and a solution. And then it gives you a nice feeling because there is help, and there's help on the way. It is a very simple animation. It's in black and white, it's just drawn, but it's an essential good story. So something like this, without any advertisement, but just because somebody made a good animation, and also because she posted it in a few groups, can go viral without you doing any extreme things. I want to share with you two beautiful examples of Skillshare, which is a teaching platform. They have used it in an extremely good way. This is what you call content marketing. So they have little educational videos and they really teach you something that you can copy. This first one is 1 minute and 14 seconds long. As you can see, this is something not for everybody, but it's inviting you to start doing something new in a very visual way, and also they made it very easy. This is only 1 minute and something long, so they want to show you how you can make something like this. It's going to be a necklace, I think. And they show which tools, which are also very affordable. Now you have it here, and you have a necklace. Let's go over to the second example, which is also very beautiful. Again, here you see a trick, you can say. Take an egg timer, take your time lapse on your iPhone, and you can make a beautiful, with no cost at all, a beautiful time lapse movie. Well done, Skillshare. Here's a Facebook animation that I want to show you as a very good example of what you can do in 2 minutes. Why is this so important? It follows all the good rules, you can say. First of all, it gives you information that you can use immediately, that you can look at. It's very entertaining the way it's built up. As you can see, it works. It has over 3.7 million views. Now, I don't think you can make something like this, but you can get inspired by something like this, because I saw a workout that was about 9 minutes on YouTube, and this has been compressed, you can say, to 2 minutes. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's shared so much. Let's have a look. You see how fast this goes? First, it gives you the total impression. We're only 9 seconds, I think, into the, or maybe a little bit more, into the movie. And you have gotten an overview but with only the essentials that you need. Pay attention to this one, how it is changing form. So I do not want you to look at the content only, but what are you seeing on the screen? How is it organized? What is moving? What is not moving? And why does this work? Do you see how ingeniously this is made? It has some action, but only in the figure. And after you have seen this action 1 time, you recognize it, so you will have the time to read what they are writing. And then two more things. First of all, of course, the music is very, very, very important. The way that this music is pulling you in. Very energetic movement. They want you to start right away. And another thing is that the whole scene is going to the left. After the scene is finished, it's not just disappearing, but it's going to the left, which makes it more energetic as well. And here you see the difference between a wide movement of the figure and a very small movement, which makes it intriguing. One moment you're looking really at the figure, and then the next moment you say, is it really moving? Yes, it is. And wasn't that funny? To go back through all the animations in a flash and go back to the first scene where you see this man with his big arms. And then in the end, of course, also very important, sign up, Tech Insider on YouTube. They have one call to action, and the one call to action is to sign up on YouTube. I think this is a very good example of using Facebook for under 2 minutes to promote what you have to say and keep people glued to the animation. I want to analyze with you this very short ad for an art magazine, new art magazine, that has a nice structure that we can copy. Let's have a look. The structure is, if you like this, it shows a picture of a painting, then you probably like this, which is a different painting. It turns the first painting into the second one, and then there comes or a totally different one, or this. And this is all together with a sort of music that is in rhythm of what you see. Let's play it again. And then you have a sound effect to make it even stronger, the effect stronger. A question, if you like this. Then there's a little pause. Now it's morphing, you can say this first painting is morphing into the second painting. You probably like this. So it's a combination of a changing picture and text. You probably like this. Or, and that was very fast, or this. This is a totally different picture. For the love of art. Yeah, so they pull you in. For the love of art, of course, we want for the love of art to see all this. And then it has a call to action. So this is a beautiful, very short animation made in 2 parts. The first part is ask a question and then give the answer in 2 or 3 different ways, in a very attractive way of moving the images, while there's still time to read some words. And then there's only words, but it has a very different sort of music, a sort of rolling music. and it ends with an appealing sort of for the love of art. It appeals to your feeling of course, we love the art, so we want to have this magazine. And then it ends with subscribe to this channel. I hope you like the example. You can easily make one yourself. Just put in a question. If you like this and have your own thing in it, then you like that. And think about ways to make this visual attractive for yourself and make it as short as you can. Have fun! Here we have a promo of Paul Jenkins, and he has used this template, including a navigate to clickable link. Let's play it. He placed it on Facebook. Let's play it. I'll make it big. As you can see, this is a very fast way to make a promo for an announcement. Let's recreate this marketing presentation. Create themes and templates, create a ready-made cartoon, and here it is. Say edit. First I want to get to the enhanced mode so that I can see the timeline. Let's change this text. And use the little pencil. Apply. We made the first slide. Let's play it. We go over in the second slide. First we're going to take the text. Let's play the second slide. Now we get in a little bit more complicated slide. So first I'm going to show you that you can change the places of the pictures. This is one picture. Here we have the other picture. It's still behind here. And we take it to this side. In this way we were going to make a sort of before and after. So we've changed the pictures, and now we have to change the time of the pictures. So this one is starting at 2.5, and we're going to bring that back to 1.5. And this one was 1.5, and I'm going to bring it back to 2.5. And now they also will play in a different order. Replay this whole scene. Now we're into the 5th slide. What he does is he looks at the signs and then adapts the text a little bit. You see? Let's take a look at this slide from the beginning. Gain, time and energy, efficient and leveraged. And now we're in the last slide. Let's get your video mojo on. No idea what it means, but it sounds very modern. And now the call to action. Get access now. And then smaller. smartvideo.com. apply. But what is important is here, update the hyperlink. Get access now, smartvideoincome.com. Publish it. I have a paid account, so I can do 𝗬𝗵𝗹𝗀𝗀𝗃. Otherwise you will not be able to do that. If you send it to Facebook straight away, you can do it like this. And then you get an email, your 𝗬𝗵𝗹𝗀𝗀 is ready. And here you can download it to my computer. But here you get a link, you can copy it and paste it into your Facebook message. That's how you do it. A lot of time on Facebook you see these things that people have said and that people want to share. And it's mostly a picture and then there are some words. But here I want to show you a beautiful example of how you can do that in a visually attractive way. Really very, very nicely made. Let's have a look. Why is this working? First of all, it is what is called pen and zoom. So it is a still image. It's a drawing and you sort of go over the drawing in a different perspective. You can do that in a lot of programs, like Camtasia, but also in Explain.io, and there are even special programs for it, pen and zoom. The second thing that is nice is the way the words are coming on to the screen. First you have a font that is thin, science is the captain, then sentence for sentence it comes up, and that makes you really read it. And then the most accent, of course, they have a different font, or they have I don't know how you call it. So it is about, I think, 1 minute 10 or something. 1 minute 8. And, of course, the music. So this is really very nicely made. It makes you want to look the whole video, which is only 1 minute long. That gives you a lot of information about things that Leonardo da Vinci said. It had 30,000 views. This is how you can do it. Have fun! Let's have a look at a superb GIF made about the discussion whether you should call it a GIF or a GIF. Let's have a look. It doesn't have any sound. And then it starts again. Isn't it beautiful? Very small pieces of film with some text and then made into a story, you can say. This is quite a long GIF or GIF, whatever you want. Just an example to get you inspired. Since I'm an animator, an artist, this is one I love. course, you can only animate a part of a picture. Of course, you can develop your own style. Isn't this beautiful? Or better said, you should develop your own style. This is one I love too. Lily Carré. Beautiful, isn't it? Takes a while. Fascinating. You keep looking at all the moving parts. You can find it here on Creative Market and then in the blog. And the article is called The 30 Best Animated GIF Artists on the Web. Creative Market, here it is. Now let's have a look at this. Hey, look over there in the picture. Not your photo, but an animation about what you do. Andrew Hamilton. Beautiful example of creative use of animated GIFs, or I don't think it's a GIF, I think it's an animation. This is from Fiction Factory. First you think this is all still images, but let's hover our mouse over the menu. You see? There comes this little animation. Not sure if it's a GIF. Doesn't matter really. And then as a surprise, let's see what happens if you go here. You think these are all drawn images, but then it reveals the whole picture. Just to give you an idea to be creative with small animations or GIFs. Here you see a GIF I have uploaded to Facebook. Let me show you how I did it. There are 100 ways to do this, but this is how I did it. I made this animation in 𝗪𝗂𝗪𝗂𝗪𝗂𝗪𝗓, which is a whiteboard animation, and the only thing I have to do is here. I find my image. The program is going to draw it itself. Let's have a look. Now it's drawing it in 5 seconds. That can be a little bit shorter. And what I do is export it, put it on YouTube itself. My video has been sent to YouTube, to my channel. It's not there yet. So let's take this one that I did before. Now I'm going to copy the link and go to Giphy. If you open up Giphy.com and you push the button create, you get here. I put the link in here. It's going to work on my video. And I can say create GIF. Now it's here. And if you scroll down, and you say view again, for some reason it wasn't there before, you use this Giphy link, Control copy, go to Facebook. First let's try it for ourselves, only me, paste it, and here it is. And now you can delete the link and say, here is your present enjoy, and then you post it. You see, here's the GIF, here's your present, enjoy, and you can play it. This is how I did it, publish my GIF from VideoScribe, a whiteboard animation, to Facebook.
Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make a very simple animated GIF. An animated GIF is basically a series of images that are constantly changing that you create and save pretty much as one image. So when we save our animated GIF, it's basically a small animation with a couple of frames in it, and it's saved as if it were just one image. Now, to create an animated GIF, we are going to, make a new document, and you don't want it to be too big because remember we're designing for the web, so I'm just going to make something rather small, 300 by 300 for example. Remember our resolution for the web is 72, RGB color, everything else is fine. I'm going to hit OK, and what this does is it gives me a little work area, and let me just hold on a minute. Move this over. So here are my layers over here, and then we need to also have our timeline as well. If you don't see your timeline window, then you basically go up here, window, and then timeline. So we're going to create a small animation that we can put on our web page. Now I'm going to do the world's simplest, most basic looking animated GIF, but animated GIFs, if you go, I don't know, check your email, sometimes you'll see little banner ads popping up, or maybe when you're searching Google, those are animated GIFs. So just by learning how to make an animated GIF, you could actually get work making little banner ads. There are other ways to make animated GIFs. Some people use Flash or other programs to make these little short animations, but they capture your attention. They kind of, they're more dynamic than still imagery, and you'll see them a lot used for banner ads. You'll see them a lot also in blogs and forums. I don't know, like if you're, for example, a Harry Potter fan and you were to go to a Harry Potter forum, you'll see some fans will take a few stills from their favorite movie and create an animated GIF out of it, and it'll either loop over and over again or whatever. It's just, I don't know, it's just a souped up image. It's not a still image, it's a series of images, so it captures your attention. So some people like to use them in their signatures and forums and blogs. Advertisers love to use them for advertising, but they also can be nice if you use them for good and not for evil on your website. Especially later on, as I show you how to make something really nice. If you want to make a little slideshow, taking some of your art pieces and highlighting, for example, your 5 best pieces of art and make a little slideshow out of it, or just something very simple. I'm going to show you how to make a very simple animated GIF. It's not going to be pretty, but you'll know how to do it. Okay, so step 1 is we need to have our work area, and our work area is rather small, to be honest. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Okay, here's our timeline, and we don't have anything yet, so I'm just going to draw. Okay, I'm going to draw something very simple. Again, I'm doing this in a few minutes, so I'm just going to draw the world's most simple happy face guy. Okay, so there he is. So here's our background. Okay. So under Create Video Timeline, we're going to say Create Frame Animation. Click. When I do that, I get a timeline that shows me one frame. So technically we don't have an animation yet. What you need to do is in your Layers window, we're going to just click this button here. We're going to add 1, 2, 3 more layers. And I'm actually going to double click on my background and rename it. So it's called Layer 0. So I'm going to hit OK. And the reason I did that is when it's called background, it's locked, whereas when I name it anything but background, it becomes unlocked. So it just allows me to make little changes. So let's pretend that we're going to make the world's most simple animated GIF. And I know how ugly this is, but it's just for sample purposes to keep it simple. So let's make a 4-frame animation. So to start off, you have to have your background layer at the bottom, layer 0, and then I've added 3 new layers here. Now what I need to do is I need to add 3 more frames here to correspond with my layers over here. So under the little drop-down menu, we're going to say new frame, and that gives us another frame, and let's just repeat that and one more time so that we have 4. Okay, so now we have 4 frames. Now, I actually, believe it or not, have an animation. I'm going to hit play, and it played, but nothing happened because nothing's changing. So before I do anything else, so I've got my 4 frames here in my timeline, and I've got 4 layers. And let's start to add things that are going to happen in my animated GIF. So this is going to be our base layer, and then in layer 1, let's say for whatever reason, and yeah, this is ugly. Let me just make my brush a little smaller. Let's say for whatever reason, in layer 1, our little guy gets eyebrows. Simple enough, right? So you'll see there's little eyebrows, and then let's say in layer 2, he gets really happy, like much happier than he was before. Okay, so I'm just changing the mouth a little bit. Okay, and then layer 3, he gets ears. Okay, and again, I'm just doing simple stuff just so you can see how it works. We'll give him a little spiky hair as well. I'm sure he'll be even happier. And let's even make him happier. So I'm just stretching his mouth out a little bit more. Okay, so these are the changes that we want to see build up. Okay, perfecto. Okay, well, not perfect, but good enough. Okay, so if I were to hit play again, you'll see that it played, but again, they're all the same. So now what we have to do is let's click on the first frame. This is how our animation is going to start. And we're going to turn off the visibility of layer 3, layer 2, and layer 1, so that in layer 0, the only thing we're going to see is our very simple, move him over a little bit so you can see, very simple face, okay? And then in frame 2, I'm going to turn the visibility on layer 1 so that he gets eyebrows. Now you can start to see there's a little difference between frame 1 and frame 2. Click on frame 3, and we're going to turn the visibility of the eyebrows and the happy mouth. Okay, so now you see frames 1, 2, and 3 are slightly different. And now when I click on frame 4, I'm going to turn the visibility on all of these layers so that if I were to hit play, haha, did you see that? It changed. Now, over here in our timeline, we can control whether this loops or not. So we could make it loop forever. I can hit play and it'll just go like that forever. Now, you can imagine how annoying that would be on a web page, despite the, even besides the fact that this is a really crude drawing and not very professional looking. So I'm going to hit stop. You can control if it, loops once, 3 times. If you want it to loop 2 times or 14 times, you can put that number in here. And you can also control how quickly these loop. So it's right now not delaying at all, but if I wanted these to go slower, let's say half a second, half a second, half a second, and then let's say on the last one, I wanted it to pause a bit before going and playing itself again. I could say 5 seconds. Now when I hit play, it goes a little bit slower. It's going to pause on the last one for 5 seconds, and then it starts all over again. So you control everything, and that's it. Once you've done this, okay, we'll hit stop there. Once you've done this, you're ready to save your animated GIF. Now, some of my students get carried away. They have so much fun with this that they make, a Lord of the Rings style epic animated GIF that's, 40 frames long. You can do that, but there are other and better software programs that you can make an animation in. Animated GIFs are just for really short ones because you don't want an animation that's going to take forever to load and then nobody's going to ever sit and watch on your website. So just, save the theatrics for Flash or for other programs. Animated GIFs are just for very, very simple animations. You can do stuff with text. You can do stuff with photographs. You could do really beautiful things. I'm just showing you a crude example. I'll show you some better examples in a future lesson of things out there on the web. But anyway, this will get you started. Let's just save this. So I'm going to save for web. Remember, we're not going to save it as a JPEG because it won't be animated. So let's save it as a GIF. And we don't really need very many colors. So let's 7 colors maybe. And that's it. It's going to be really small. And I didn't make any transparencies. I should have cropped this maybe because it looks like there's a lot of extra space here that we don't need. But just for the sake of showing you, let's say that I like this. I'm going to hit save. We'll call this animated guy.gif. And we will save this in our web folder, in our images folder with our other images. Hit save. And now if we go back to Dreamweaver, let me just put it in. Let's insert our image. We choose animated guy. Here he is. Open. Now in Dreamweaver, oh, that's ugly. Okay, so in Photoshop, if I were to go and resave this again, I should give it more colors so it would be less scraggly looking. But this should do the trick. So let's say I like this. I'm going to save it. And let me show you how it looks in a browser. Ta-da! Now I know this is a very ugly animated GIF, but it works. And I also made it on a white background, so it actually blends in pretty well. So please, whatever you do, make a nicer animated GIF than I did. And just, do it slowly, get practice, and you'll eventually get better and better, and you'll be able to make some really beautiful effects with text, with photographs, or even your own custom drawings and illustrations. Or you could be silly like me and just make a stick figure guy. All right, I have brought you to past student work. I'm just going to click on Sheree Bennett, who was a study abroad student at the American University of Rome last year, and she made this website, Connecting Across Cultures, and it was just pretty much about her study abroad experience. And I'm showing you this one because she just did a very simple slideshow for her main page. She just took a bunch of her photos that she took during the semester, and she made a little slideshow out of them. And it loads really quickly. It's lean, it's mean. You don't need to know WordPress or anything fancy. You just need to know how to make an animated GIF. And in fact, she made this using the simple animated GIF style that I've already showed you in the previous lesson. What I'm going to show you now is a way to make a slideshow where the images fade in and fade out. So if you want sort of like, smoother transition, then you can use this other way of making an animated GIF. Okay, so I'm going to click on Photoshop, and I'm in Photoshop, and you see I've already kind of like a one of those TV chefs. I've already kind of set up everything just to get the ball rolling. So what I've done is I've gone into Photoshop, and I brought in 2 images. Actually, it's only one image, and I just made a duplicate copy and, changed the colors around a little bit. I've got 2 images, so let's pretend for whatever reason that I want to have a slideshow with these 2 images. And obviously, if you want to have a slideshow with 5 images, then you should bring in 5 images on 5 separate layers, etc. Move that out of the way. So I'm in my layers window, and here's my first layer, and I've actually double-clicked on it, so it's not called background, because when you have a background layer, it's locked. So if you just double click on it or give it any other name besides background, then you can do stuff to it. And then I have this layer as well, which is a copy. And for now, I've just turned the visibility off because in my timeline over here, now I have a frame animation. If you don't see your timeline, you can get it under here, window, timeline, and once you have a couple of layers going, it'll give you the option to make it a frame animation as opposed to the kind of timeline you would use for video and for animating in Photoshop. All right. So if for some reason you don't have the right kind of timeline, you can find where to switch it here. So here it would convert me to video timeline, but actually I want the frame timeline. All right, va bene. So this is what I want to do first. First, I want to have this heart basically. Maybe we'll make it fade in from nothing. Let's start out with that. So what I need to do is I need to add a new frame, okay? And in this frame, I'm going to drop the opacity down to 0, okay? And in fact, in this frame, it's going to be at 100%. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Okay, it does. Great. So what you want to do is you want to click on your different frames and change your opacity settings in your layers window here. So in the first one, I told it to be 0. And in the second one, I told it to be 100%, which means full visibility. All right, so here's the plan. Now, we are going to go over to the little drop-down window, and we're going to select tween. Tween stands for in between frames. So what we did over here is we made 2 keyframes. We said on this first keyframe, I want you to start out as invisible, and on my last keyframe, I want you to be 100% visible. And what Photoshop is going to do is animate for us all the steps in between. So tween. So we click on it, we get the tween window. And here you'll notice you have options for position and effects. You can do all of those things, but for now, I'm just going to do opacity, and you can decide how many steps you want. So I'm going to do 3 for now. You can add more, less. Just remember, when you're making animated GIFs, you don't want the overall number of frames that you have down here to exceed 20 or more, because it's going to make your file size bigger, and then it will take longer to load. All right, so I'm going to say OK. Ta-da! Now Photoshop has made 3 in between frames for me, so that if I were to hit play, you see that it fades in, and you can control the speed, remember? So if we wanted it to fade up slower, you could just change that here under each one, make it ½ a second long instead of no delay. So now when I hit play, it's actually a bit too slow, but you get the idea, right? So now it's faded up, right? If we want it to fade out again, what you can do is get this invisible frame again. And actually, what do we want to do? We want to actually make a new frame. So let's say new frame, okay? And then on this one, we're going to go over opacity. I'm going to say 0 again. And then with this one selected, we can tween it again. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to say tween. And we say OK. And you see that, remember, 5 was the one that's the most visible. And then it basically added 3 frames in between to make it invisible again. So you kind of get the idea now, right? So now what we can do, let me just hit play for you, by the way. So do that. So it comes in slow, and then I think it's gonna, okay. Okay, so it fades in and then fades out again. Obviously, you can adjust these so that the one that fades up maybe is much longer. Let's do that. Let's make that one be like a second. And then these other ones fade out. These are actually too slow, so I'm just gonna do like a little bit quicker transition in between. Okay, and then frame 5 is 1 second, and these guys are going to be, hang on, 0.2 seconds. Remember, you can also control if these loop or not. All right, so now I hit play, comes in faster, it stays for a minute, then it goes away again, right? All right, now I'm going to add a new frame. Okay, so new frame. And in this frame, let's turn on our other one. And so we can do going from nothing to our new one. And then we need to add the 3 in between frames. So tween, opacity selected, okay. And it's tweening with the previous frame. You can actually make a little adjustments here. So I'm going to say okay. And now look, it's going to go from the white heart to the blue heart. And let's just end with that one for now. We could, make it stay on the screen for 10 seconds or whatever. Okay, so now let me hit play. Okay, Ta-da! Now we have a little slideshow. Obviously, I could make it loop. We have a little slideshow that is not just images changing, but it's also fading in, fading out. So you can play around with the speed, you can play around with how many images you have and what they do, but this is another way, another cool, easy, simple way to make an animated GIF that you can use on your website. So let me know how it goes. Ciao, ciao. By the way, I have a cold, so I hope my voice doesn't sound too weird in this lesson. Ciao. Okay, this lesson is all about using other social media platforms and websites for getting the word out about your videos. In particular, using the private feature. Now, why on earth, if you're putting video on social media, the last thing you want to do is hide your stuff. You want it to get out there and go viral, right? Well, yeah, in most cases, but there may be certain circumstances where you want your videos to either be unlisted, private, or password protected. So that's what this lesson is all about. So why on earth would I want to have a private video or an unlisted video? Well, I teach courses for the University for Peace, Center for Executive Education. They're in Costa Rica. They're a UN university, and I do online courses with them. And some of my videos are on YouTube, but they're only meant for students in that particular class. Now, I'm starting with YouTube, and I'm going to take you from YouTube to Vimeo. So that's what this lesson will talk about. But let's start in YouTube. Okay, so I've clicked on my videos, and showing up in my videos, because I'm logged in, I'm actually looking at videos that are public as well as videos that are unlisted. So for example, how embarrassing, I really hate doing these talking heads. You keep score. So in this module, we are going to be developing your life design plan, and you'll be drawing upon the readings, the videos, methodologies, and various activities that we've been doing in this month-long course. You see that there's just a small amount of views because it was only meant as a part of our private coursework in the course. So for paying students of that course, Designing Your Life through UPeace. So that's one reason. And I didn't make it a private video. This is just an unlisted video. So anyone who has the link can then view my video. So that's a very easy and important option on YouTube. And you'll find it very easily. When you go to upload a video, you have the option here. Under privacy, you can make it public, unlisted, private, or scheduled. So it's, for example, if you want a video to appear on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can set that up there. Okay, so those are your options on YouTube. And so you can see I used that for one of my online courses. Now, most people are just fine with YouTube and they never need anything else. However, if you are a filmmaker or an animator, there's actually another platform that's favored compared to YouTube. So YouTube is great for getting the word out, for reaching a huge audience, but one of the downsides is you get a lot more negative comments, and a lot more people are watching your videos that are not part of your intended audience. If you want a slightly, if you want a more highbrow crowd, you may want to go on over to Vimeo.com. So Vimeo is a platform preferred by professional filmmakers, animators, and people who are making more quote-unquote artistic videos that require a little bit more thoughtful discussions than some of the comments you may come across on YouTube. So I'm actually a member of Vimeo, and I upgraded to get Vimeo Plus. And one of the reasons that Vimeo Plus is so nice is it gives you many options that enable you to basically create your own custom page. So basically, I use my Vimeo Plus account when I'm submitting my videos to film festivals, and I only want juries or judges to look at my work and not have it be available to the public. For example, some of the international film festivals that I've been in will not accept a film if they see that it's already online. So that's one reason why you may need to have a private or unlisted video either on YouTube or Vimeo. One reason that filmmakers and artists like Vimeo Plus is that it's a nice alternative to making your own website. So if you're someone who's not very web savvy, you don't have the money to plunk down for someone to make a website for you, you may be able to easily create a makeshift website that features your videos and your work, especially if you're primarily a filmmaker, on Vimeo. So this is my Vimeo page, and this is This Too Shall Pass, and it's a private password protected video. So I set a password, and then anyone who has the link and the password is able to access the video. So this is my page, and you can see that I've actually, so this is the final version of the animation. But if you scroll down, you'll see that I uploaded other versions of the animation, 99% done, 98% done, 80% done, and so on and so forth. So as I was working on the animation, this enabled me to share my work with my colleagues and my friends whose feedback I was after without putting the video public for everybody to see and comment on. So that's another great option. So that is the rundown on private videos. I hope you found this helpful, and if there's something else that you would like to know that I didn't cover, just start a new discussion and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Take care and see you in the next lesson. Okay, so in this lesson, let's talk a little bit about adding a video business card as the channel video that people will automatically see when they come to your channel. So I've been using my video business card across a whole range of social media platforms now. So just to show you, I also decided to use it on my YouTube page. So I'm actually viewing as myself right now. Let's go as a returning subscriber. Okay, so this is what my channel looks like, and just another area to think about is optimizing your channel so that you have set up in your channel information all of your different social media links so that people can connect with you in other ways. And I also have a link that sends people to my website, tempting them with a free course, an illustration course. But anyway, so these are my videos that come up for a returning subscriber, and it has my uploads, etc. One thing that I've started doing more of is just making sure that my thumbnails are really eye-catching. They have complementary colors, contrasting colors, and I've started to do things where I actually add the text. So this one, for example, is all about the mixer brush tool in Photoshop. Okay, so let's watch. I'm just going to go, hang on, to my channel again, and let's view it now, this time as a new visitor, someone who's never been to my channel before. All right.
Hi. My name is Kristen Polana.
Okay, so I know you've seen that one before. So I decided to use my video business card as an introduction to my channel as well. Because my channel goes along with the things that I talk about in my business card, it works pretty well. I'm actually going to start another channel just on living and working abroad with Udemy instructor 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙 its own channel because it's better that you separate content if things are wildly different. So this channel is all about online courses, about multimedia, design, etc., etc. And then I'll have another channel just on travel and living abroad, etc. Okay, so now the question remains, how did I set this up for new visitors? Well, basically what you do, I'll just go back in and view as myself again. Okay, so as I view as myself, so when you go to your channel, and hopefully, you've also given some consideration to your profile image and your cover image, very similar to Facebook. And as you're viewing your channel as yourself, it gives you the option to see what your channel looks like for returning subscribers and for new visitors. So if I click on for new visitors, if I haven't, of course I've done this now already, but let's say I was putting a new video business card in here. We just click under change trailer or remove trailer. So if I click under change trailer, it will then give me the option to take any one of my previously uploaded videos and make it my channel trailer. Now, I don't need to do that because I've already set it up, but that's basically where you do it. So the rundown is view your channel as yourself, click under for new visitors, and then in the upper right hand corner it will give you the option to set your channel trailer. So I highly recommend that if you haven't made a channel trailer, it's a really nice way to introduce yourself to new potential subscribers, and then that would feed into all of your other things. I'm actually much more of a Facebook page person. Oddly enough, I'm having a ton of luck on Twitter, even though I don't really interact with Twitter so much. But this is another way to let people know easily who you are, what you do, and how you can help. So I hope this helps, and see you in the next lesson.
In this part of the course, very short animation and video for your social media, we're going to talk about YouTube. YouTube is, of course, about video. What we are going to teach is making an intro or outro for your videos. Why would you want to do that? It has the same function as your logo. You have a logo, you will put it everywhere because you want people to recognize you. An animated intro for your videos has the same function. If people come back and see more videos of you, they will start to recognize that it's you. The outro has a different function. In the outro, you want to connect with people and you want them to take some sort of action. For instance, subscribe to your channel, go to your website, or maybe follow you on Twitter or Facebook. You want really to connect, and this is the first step on the road to connect to more viewers. You make the same intro for all your videos, and they should be somewhere between only 3 seconds until maximum 10. 5 might be ideal. Very short. Don't bore your viewers with it. It's just the first moment of recognition. And it will make you look very professional. The easiest way to do this is to outsource it to somebody else. It doesn't have to be very expensive. If you go to Fiverr, you can have it done already for €5. But I will show you 4 or 5 different ways that you can outsource your intro and outro for your YouTube videos. Have it made original. Have it made for you, fitting to your channel. As said before, what are you going to put in it? Your logo, for instance, a logo reveal. It starts with water and it ends with your logo. Or your YouTube channel name. I will also show you how you can make these intros in animation software. You want a very short, recognizable introduction. And I'm going to show you how you can get an easy animated video of a few seconds. I think 10 seconds is the max. 5 seconds would be good in front of all your videos. The easiest way is to go to Fiverr. And you have here under video and animation, you have intro and animated logos. Then I would recommend to search for high rating and even say top rated seller, because there are 67 of them, and you're sure to have an experienced worker to make these things. I will do a 3-second intro, and here on top you can see how many they have made. Now all of them are different, and of course you want to stand out a little bit. So if I were you, I would take a look at the movie, for instance this one. Smoke reveal. You have a logo, and the logo is being revealed. That is about 10 seconds, I think. This looks very funny, but it doesn't have a movie. 15 letters for $5. You will always have to see what you get exactly, because that can be different very much in Fiverr. Now let's go to another site which is called Flixpress. This is automated templates. It means you can use these templates. They have a free plan. If you go to free, hide non-plan templates, show for plan free, trial. If you hover over it, it will start playing. This is a sort of reveal as well, as you can see. It's very easy to make. Pricing. You have a free plan. You have 2 minutes that you can make videos of, and this is the resolution, 7 templates. But even if you would pay for 1 month, or I even did this one, I paid $19.99 for a month, then you have most 63 of the templates for your use, and you can use nearly all of them, I think. Or if you pay for one time $3.49, and you after a month you say I don't need it anymore because you only need a few, 1 or 2 or 3, or you have to try it out. But as I said before, there's a free plan. You have 2 minutes, so if you go for the very short ones, like 10 seconds, you could make 12 different animated intros for your YouTube videos. Let's go to this one. This is Intro Maker Net. This is Animate Your Logo. This is an online software. And here, of course, you have much more choice. And you can see the prices here. And let's have a look. Hand logo reveal. As you can see, it's about 8 seconds, but you can also, of course, trim it. I like it very much. If you would only do this part, it is 3 seconds. And of course, your channel name here. You would have a great intro for your video. Check it out. You go to catalog here, and you will see all the different intros that you can make. Really a lot. And they're all really also very different, so have a look. This is something I have done also. I have a course about outsourcing animation, where I show you every form of outsourcing of animation that I know of, about more than 12 I think I have outsourced and showed you. And one of the ways that I did this is I bought a template on Envato Market, VideoHive, an After Effects template. I don't know After Effects, it's very complicated software in my opinion. And then I went to Fiverr, found somebody who is an expert in After Effects, and then I said what I wanted. First of all, then you can use it again. The template is yours. I have typed in YouTube and you can get all these openers. We are now in After Effects, projects and openers. For an outro that has a little bit different function. Here, let's have a look here. And you could say, for instance, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please like me on Facebook. And you can get a free course here or there. Click here. Things like that. So it's the beginning of getting a relation with your viewer, in the hope that you will be able to send them to different places where you are active on the internet. This one is funny too. You see? This is an outro pack, $17. You send it to your After Effects expert and they will make it into something that you like. And it's not, we are only on page 1. I mean, there are 2 until 32. So there's really a lot to look at, and this way you are sure to make your own intro very original. This is how you can have your intro and outro made. Let me show you how I made these very short intros and outros in Powtoon. I am on the dashboard and I say customize a ready-made Powtoon. Yes, I'll take this one. CEO's inspiration. And if you put your mouse over it, you can see it playing. And now I say edit. I only use one slide. It's this slide. And I delete the rest. Yeah, so I will say delete, delete. This means I have the structure of this slide. And what I'm going to do is to change this person. I can say swap. And I will change it in this person. See, now you see the girl, the woman. And I want to change the text. Then I'm going to make it bold. Maybe a little bit bigger. And this is going to be Powtoon. And a little bit smaller. And for the rest we leave it like this. Maybe you can move it a little bit. But since this is a pre-populated slide, I tend to leave it as much as I can. I have the slide. Now I only want to put some music under it. You do that over here and you say soundtrack. Then you look for a soundtrack on your computer or you use one of those. I have put this music under it. It's called Funtime Rag. Then we say apply. And now you can play it. Let's play it. This is all. And then you can export it over here. And I have a business account, so I can export it to MP4, intro YouTube, to marketing and sales, unlisted, next. And I can say full HD, download Powtoon. And it will send me a message when it's ready. Now let's make the outro. I'm using the same set of slides. And in this case, I'm going to use 3. That is this one, and this one. And the rest I'm going to delete. And this one is going to be at the end. I'm just moving it here. A little lower and still a little bit lower. Now it has the right order. So let's change this in like this video. Make it a little bit bigger. And this one can be deleted. The wow we're going to put a little bit higher. Maybe we can make it bold or bigger. This is the first slide. The second slide we can change the text. Stay tuned for more. That's the second slide. And over to the third. This can be deleted. And this we're going to change in subscribe. And I will leave the coming of the people just as it is, because this is a well-made slide. Now we just have to add some music and the outro is done. There's work to be done. I think this is a sound from Powtoon itself. Then you say apply. And you can preview it over here. What is important is that the figures are sort of arriving on the screen in sync with the music. This is how easy it is to make an outro. In my case, I only say subscribe and do not a lot of other things. I think one thing is enough. To recap For the intro, I only used one slide and changed the text. It is about 3 seconds. For the outro, I have used 3 slides in the same sphere. I have used what Powtoon already has made for me as much as I could, and I have made an outro of 18 seconds. Very easy, very short. Let's create an intro and an outro very fast in Explaindio. Create project, intro, create, on the plus, create a new scene, add animation slide, and then these are slide packs. So I'm going into kinetic typography and I'm going to look for one that I can use. This one seems right to me. Add single, don't sketch, add. And we are closing the canvas, and now you see what it does. And what we want to do is go to the slide, customize this animation, change the text. I've added some music, and let's have a look at the scene. That's nice and sync. But it is a little bit long, but I will cut it in a video editing program. So I'm going to export it. Create video. Now we're going to create the outro. Create. Add exactly the same. Add animation slide, add Explaindio slide, kinetic typography. Which one was it? This one. Add single. And we say don't sketch, add. And we're going close canvas, slide, customize this animation. That's already there. For more videos. I leave it to your imagination how you want to do it for yourself. Now we're going to add the same music. Get your groove on, girl. Play with music. And what I don't like, customize this animation, is that this could be a little bit bigger, isn't it? Or size. Let's make it 80. And have a look. Because of the music, I'm going to cut it off in a different place, and I will do that in a video program, not in Explaindio. This is how I made the intro and outro in Explaindio. Of course, you can use more slides and use your imagination to make something completely different. Maybe ask more things, but I always like to use only one call to action. Let me show you how I make my intros in VideoScribe, which is a whiteboard animation. That looks like this. I want to show you the ones that I use myself. This is a longer one that I used to use.
I can do anything. I can reach any goal today.
I'm still very fond of it, but it's too long, and now I'm using this one. As you can see, this is much shorter and it only has a sort of whoosh sound. Let me explain how I made them. First of all, I'm going to take an image. It's this image. I make it a little bit bigger. Then I will add some text with Anneke. And I have to choose the font. Arial black maybe. But this should be down too. Move this one. Animate with Anneke. I'm going to place it here. And then move in and come from the top. Let's play it. As you can see, there's a lot to be done yet. This is a question of fine-tuning. The only thing I have added to it is a whoosh sound, so a sound effect. I have changed the hand to no hand in both cases. And I have changed the time to, I think, 1 second, maybe even. No transition. Maybe a half a second pause. And this should come faster too. And no transition. Let's have a look. And then I forgot to put this in place. So this should be in place. You see the basics of how I organize this. Then you put the sound under it. You do that over here. Take your own sound from your computer and you are done. You can then export it, save it. This is the intro. Now for the outro. I don't have an outro because I did not want to redo all my videos. You can do it with new videos, but with the old ones, I thought, let's put in a call to action, for instance, subscribe. I have used for that annotations. Info settings, here you see annotations. Under your video comes this. Let's have a look. Here's a small first sneak peek of Explainio 3. And then, if I move the mouse over here, you can see Explainio 3, which is coming out July the 19th. You see, if you hover your mouse over it, it becomes dark. More tutorials, click here. And then it will go to the subscribe button. You can just add an annotation at the point in the video where you want and find it out on YouTube how to add annotations. This is how I have used annotations instead of an outro movie. If you are making new movies, new videos, and placing them on YouTube and you don't have any views yet, then I would advise you to make an intro and an outro standard for all your videos that are in a certain area, in a certain niche that cover the same subject. This was how I do it in VideoScribe.
Okay, so here we're going to look at something we don't normally spend too much time on, and that is just my world's most simple and basic intro and outro. So by now you've already seen this a million times. It's funny because Anneke asked me to do a lecture on intros and outros, and I was thinking, ooh, I don't actually have anything all that fancy for mine, but she and some others have told me that mine is quite memorable and not annoying, which is even better. So, so I hope you don't find my intro, outro annoying, but I did want to just say that mine is nothing more than a still image that was made 1920 by 1080, which is the HD pixel size that you would have for an HD video. And it's funny because I made this way before I even had my first course live on Udemy. I really wanted to dive into making my first course, and I also wanted to have some kind of little calling card at the beginning and end of my lectures. So I went into Photoshop, and I'm not very good at making slick, corporate looking things. I'm much more of a painter. So I just basically doodled all over my screen with my favorite Photoshop brushes, and I made this just a little suggestion of a chalkboard with Professor Polana at your service and my website. So very, very simple. And basically what I did is I just brought in my still image into my video editing program, and I put it at the beginning of my lesson and at the end of my lesson, and all I did is I just had it fade in, show up for a couple of seconds, and then fade out again. So I'm not going to get into all the different ways to do that in your video editing programs, but it's fairly easy to make a transition where something fades in and fades out. But I will tell you that I did change at least a couple of things over time. One is that this used to be 5 seconds at the beginning and end of each video, but I thought it was just a touch too long. You know, people want to dive right in, right? And so I ended up making it a bit shorter. So now it's 3.5 seconds long. And then finally, I got the music from one of my favorite royalty-free websites, 𝗏𝗏𝗃.com, and from Kevin MacLeod. And I was trying to come up with music that wouldn't be annoying if you heard it over and over again. And I was kind of playing with the idea because I love color psychology, but I also love the psychology of concentration and focus. And apparently, here's a fun little tidbit. If you're studying for a test or you're trying to learn something, you can use blue ink to write down your notes. You'll be more likely to remember it. You can also study in a blue room. And while you're studying, if you eat popcorn or potato chips, but they say popcorn, the crunching of the popcorn actually stimulates your brain so that you're more likely to retain information and stay focused. So what does this have to do with my music? Well, I went with a drum because it was sort of like the musical equivalent of crunching. So just something that wouldn't be annoying. You wouldn't get some weird melody stuck in your head, just a little drum beat to kind of keep energy and attention going. So that's some of my reasoning behind my very simple intro and outro, and I hope this gives you some ideas for ways that you might experiment with yours. Good luck, and see you in the next lesson.
Well, let's first have a little bit of fun on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is, as you know, a serious part of social media where people are connecting to each other with their jobs, within their brands. The LinkedIn bio is a necessary evil. In this parody, they have made 3 of them. This is the first one, is where they have actors say out loud what people are writing about themselves. Let's have a look.
I invented the 2-hour lunch break.
In this world, we're paid in 2 coins. 1 cash, 1 experience.
I don't believe in boundaries.
I don't go with the flow. That's for fish.
I don't call meetings meetings, they're doings.
I still retain all my original parts.
I'm not some fatty fudge.
I'm a part-time bikini model.
Yeah, ignore the profile pic.
I'm inspired by the ocean.
I love the chaotic nature of technology.
It becomes quite different if you are reading out what people are saying. And there you have part 2. Let's have a short look.
I'm not going to tell you anything about me. My CV speaks volumes.
It is extremely fucking cool to be seen to know me.
Instead of talking about myself, I want to talk about you.
I pulled my finger out my arse and really fought for my recovery and to make something of my life.
Do you have 15 years experience in corporate banking?
I've been fortunate enough to dabble in several different industries.
And today, I'm an international networker.
I'm an animal welfare consultant.
I'm a massage consultant.
So, beautiful beautiful way of demonstrating how you shouldn't do your LinkedIn profile. These are based on real-life profiles, and you can even find them here. So what do we have already? We have our video business card. That might be something we could use on LinkedIn.
Hey there. Okay, so let's visit the social media platform considered the most professional, most serious of them all, and that would be LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a top choice for business people, executives, directors, basically anyone looking to network and find a job. And it's definitely not really a social platform where you can post pictures of your cat, but it's much more of a professional social media platform where you're meant to be on your best behavior. So I'm on the regular LinkedIn homepage, and I'm just going to go under Profile, Edit Profile. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to once again use my video business card, and I'm going to see how I can spruce up my LinkedIn profile by adding that in there. Now, I'm actually doing a number of things at the moment, so I don't believe that if I put in my video business card that it's going to show up at the top, because I'm doing other things with the University for Peace, the American University of Rome. But here, where it says freelance artist, independent educator, online and offline, and author, here I could add my video. So here I am, and I'm just going to click on video. Okay, so I've clicked on video, and it's asking me which position I want to add this to. Now, before I do anything, just keep in mind that you have a setting up here that wants to know if you want to notify your network. I have hundreds of people connected to my LinkedIn, but I don't necessarily want to broadcast my video business card to everyone at this time. I'm only really putting it there for anyone who's visiting my profile. So I get maybe 5 people a day, roughly, looking at my LinkedIn profile. People are really interested in what I do, etc., etc. So I'm going to turn this off so it doesn't publish an update to my network. And then over here, it's asking what is my link for my video business card. Now here, supported providers. Okay, so supported providers for video would be YouTube, Vimeo, Hulu, Ustream, and Brightcove. So I already have my video business card on YouTube. So why don't I go there and just grab my link, because I can't even remember what it is. So here's my YouTube channel, and here's my video business card. And now I can just go down here under share and grab the link. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go back to LinkedIn, and I'm going to post it in right there. Continue. Oh, gorgeous. And, let's see. So it actually pulls up the title and description from YouTube automatically. Okay, that's fine. Let's keep that. So add to profile, thankfully won't update my network. I also prefer to turn this off because sometimes I like to make little edits and I'm not ready to publish until I've seen it and I'm happy with it. So that's another good reason to perhaps turn this off until you are sure. Okay, add to profile. All right, and there it is. Now let's see how it looks. So yeah, it's there, and I think this is just to edit. So what I will do, just to preview this, is let's see, view profile as. Okay, so let's see, view profile as. Okay, so this is what my profile looks like to connections. So if I scroll down, ta-da! Oh boy, here we go.
Hi, my name is Kristen Polana.
Okay, it works and it's live on my LinkedIn profile. All right, I'll keep it. You know, unless anyone actively throws tomatoes at me, I think it's okay for now. All right, so anyway, I hope this lesson was helpful and see you in the next lesson. Ciao, ciao. Okay, in this lesson, let us talk about adding captions to your video. So you can have captions on your video that may be on YouTube, but also Facebook and other platforms allow captions as well. So what are captions? Well, they're those little words at the bottom of a video that basically explain what's going on in the video for people who might be hearing impaired, or if English isn't their first language, it helps people to better be able to understand. So let me see if I can just show you. One of my courses is completely closed captioned, and it's my life hacking with color psychology. So let's just look at the intro video. Hi there, my name is Kristen Polana, and I'm here today to talk to you about life hacking with color psychology. Essentially, life hacking with color psychology is all about how you can use little secret color tips and tricks. So we're not going to listen to the whole thing, but you get the idea. So it's this text in the yellow here. So there is a very easy way to add captions to your videos. But step one is we're actually going to go to YouTube to do that. So let's click off of the goofy image of me, and I'll show you how to do that in YouTube. And I'll use my video business card as an example. So let's go to our good friend YouTube, and I'm going to go to my channel, which I've already set up. Setting up a channel on YouTube is very easy and straightforward, but I'm not going to get into that in this particular lecture. Okay, so here's my channel, and there's this happy little upload button at the top here, so I'm going to click here. Okay, so now I am logged into my account. Now for my color lectures, many of the ones that I uploaded were unlisted because I didn't want them to also be on YouTube because they were already on Udemy, but some of my free lectures are up there. So let's select our file to upload. So let me find. Okay, so I found my video business card, and now it's going to upload. While your video is uploading, you can put in some information here as well. You can give it a title. So I'm going to do all of this, and then I'll just speed up the video when you're watching this, so you don't have to sit and watch a loading bar. Okay, so my video is almost done. It's uploaded and now it's processing. So I've included my information. I've added some keywords that'll help people find my video, a description, also with a link to my website, which will make it easier for people to learn more. And now I actually have some playlists set up. And let me see. I don't know, where should I put it? I'll put it under online courses. So actually, when I post something on YouTube, it also gives me the option to automatically post to Google Plus and to Twitter. Now, we've already talked about Twitter. We haven't yet talked about Google Plus, but I definitely recommend, even if you don't use Google Plus so much, I definitely recommend you post to it because it's the only social media platform that will increase your SEO rankings, meaning people are better able to discover your content because it's automatically integrated into Google search. So just by putting up this video, having some keywords, it makes me more discoverable on the internet than just having it on Facebook or just having it on Twitter. So do not ignore good old Google Plus. And I'll just add a little message to my video. Okay, so that's ready. Later I should go in and just add a custom thumbnail. Thumbnails generate interest and excitement for your video. I don't actually like any of these thumbnails, but you can use the ones that are here. I don't know, let me pick one where I look slightly less goofy. I guess this one for now, and then later I'll put up a custom thumbnail. So that's basically it. And I'm going to hit publish. All right, it's up, and it also gives me options to share my beautiful video on a variety of different platforms, which I'll do later on. So let's have a look, shall we? All right. Okay, and my sound is off. I've also been teaching. Okay, good enough. Okay, so it's up, it's on YouTube, and now what I can do is I can add captions so that for people who need captions and subtitles, it will be there for them, and it will make my video more discoverable to more people around the world. Okay, so to make subtitles, it's very easy. Let's click. Okay, so that was one of the options, was to manage subtitles and closed captions. So we're going to use YouTube's tool. So let's add new subtitles, or CC, and let's do it in English. Okay, so now we're going to add our captions, and it gives you 3 options. If you want more information about any of these, you just click the little question mark. So upload a file if you already have your subtitles in a file. Transcribe and auto-sync is when you type or paste in a full transcript of the video, and the subtitle timings will be set automatically. And probably the easiest for beginners is create new subtitles, or CC. Sadly, they used to have an option where it would automatically interpret what you were saying and give you this really bad computer-generated subtitles for your video, which you could then go in and clean up and edit so that it would be perfect. Unfortunately, it looks like they've changed that feature and it's no longer available. Boo! But that's okay. That's maybe one of the benefits of having a short video, right? So let's create our subtitles, and we're going to type the subtitle here and then press enter. So first I'm going to play and see what it is that I even said.
Hi, my name is Kristen Polana. I'm an artist, educator.
Okay, so hi. Now I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to speed up the video so you don't have to watch me do it in real time.
Educator and author, teaching thousands of university students around the world since 2000. I've also been teaching online since 2014 to tens of thousands of students. I specialize
Okay, so you saw me typing in everything that I said. I'm more or less, if I forgot what I said, I would just stop and play the video again just to make sure I've got it right. Now, it kind of put these in here arbitrarily. So one thing that I could do now is it does allow me to go back in and adjust the length of time that these subtitles are going to play. So I would encourage you to do the same, and I'm just going to start at the beginning by using the little slider tool here, just to make sure that my subtitles line up so that they're displaying when they should be.
Hi.
So I say hi much earlier.
My name is Kristen Polana. I'm an artist, educator, and author, teaching thousands of university students around the world since 2000. I've also been teaching online since 2014 to tens of thousands of students. I specialize in helping ordinary people do extraordinary things through simple, clear explanations and baby steps building up to larger things. How can I help you today?
Okay, and that's basically it. So we've created our subtitles, and now we say publish. And voila, now we have closed captions. Let's play it.
Hi, my name is Kristen Polana. I'm an artist, educator, and author, teaching thousands of university students around the world since 2000.
Okay, so you get the idea, right? Obviously, there are pros and cons to these subtitles. That kind of crowds the space a little bit with the text. Sometimes it covers up the other text, but in any case, if someone needs the subtitles or closed captions, they will turn it on. Otherwise, they will be off. So it just gives your user more options. And now that these subtitles exist, hopefully, it will then give me the option to download. Actually, I know it does. So here are my subtitles in English, and you can always come back in and edit. And now under Actions, I can download these various formats. So for Udemy, for example, they're using, I believe it's the .vtt. So if you upload a .vtt file to Udemy, that will give you captions for your videos. Facebook uses .srt. So I'm going to download .srt, save, and that's it. Okay, so last step, let's go on over to Facebook and add captions to our video over there. Okay, so here I am on my Facebook page, and here is my video card from the other day. Okay, so if you've already uploaded your video to Facebook, if you want to adjust and add captions, you just have to click on the upper right hand corner here, and we're going to click on Edit Post. When we do that, all of our options come up that came up when we originally uploaded our video to Facebook. So your title, your tags, your call to action are all here. The call to action, you have a choice from the drop-down menu, no button, book now, download, learn more. So I chose learn more, and I just linked it up to my website, 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏.com, and it displays visit my online portfolio. So under here, after basic, you have captions. So now, yay, we have an SRT file. So let's upload it, shall we? So I've just downloaded it from YouTube. Okay, so it's yelling at me. I'm shooting, just don't shoot the messenger. I'm just trying to upload what YouTube gave me, but it's saying that it has an incorrect file name. Please use this file name format. filename.en. Okay, so let's see what the problem is. Downloads folder, and I'm just going to double click, and ta-da! I'm going to use the exact name that they gave me. I have no idea why this is so important, but okay. So now I'm going to go back to Facebook, and let's try again to upload that using their file name. It likes it. He likes it. Okay, so that's it. That's it. Default language, we'll just say it's English, and we are good to go. Let's see if we need to do anything else. We need to save that. And haha, okay, I've got captions. Hooray! Okay, so it works.
Hi, my name is Kristen Polana. I'm an artist, educator, and author, teaching thousands of university students around the world since 2000. I've also been teaching online since 2014 to tens of thousands of students.
Okay, I know you don't want to watch that again, but great. So over here in my settings, I have it set to HD, and I have it set to captions. One thing just quickly about video on Facebook is it doesn't automatically play your video at HD quality. So you might want to actually put in your post, this is my pinned post on my Facebook page, please click HD in the lower right to view video at best quality. I'm just nitpicky. I just couldn't stand the fact that it was playing automatically at this really reduced low quality. So at least I've offered the suggestion so they know it's not me, it's Facebook. So that is the rundown on uploading your video to YouTube, adding your own captions, and then downloading the SRT file and using it on your Facebook video. So it's a lot to take in. If you have any questions, just ask me in the discussion forum, or you might want to just go back and review this lecture more slowly as you do it along with me. Thanks. See you in the next lesson. Hey there. So hopefully you're starting to get more and more ideas and ways to kind of break through your creative blocks. But one of the very best ways is to just start making stuff using free software, free tools, free images, free video, and free music. Because if you are just sitting around staring at a blank screen or a blank canvas waiting for an idea, that's going to freeze you up. But if you start at least thinking about, I want to do something with animals, and you start looking at pictures with animals or start working with templates, etc., and you start putting something together, you're going to get ideas as you're working. One of my very best creativity boosting techniques is going to one of my sources for free images, music, and videos for your projects. I will give you the link to this blog post on my website, and I will talk to you a little bit more about copyright law and what you can and cannot do when using other people's images. But I have here a whole list of places where you can get free Creative Commons images that you can start working with as a base. So some people maybe will take a picture of a rocket ship and start tracing over it and throw out the original photograph, and boom, you have an illustration. Other people want to make photo collages, or they want to go into a free program like Canva and put images together, maybe even ones that you took, right? So there's all kinds of places where you can get free professionally shot photographs and illustrations online. So this is my big list. There's also an area if you're someone who wants to play around with video or animation. There's places where you can get free, royalty-free music and sound effects that you can put together either in an audio project or as the soundtrack for a video or animation that you're making. And then you also can use free videos. Many of you maybe want to make a website, or you've seen websites that have video backgrounds. These are great places to get free professionally shot video that you can use in your website projects, but also in your video and animation project. So I highly recommend just browsing this resource, and then let me show you. So this is a blog that I have with my students in Yangon. They're secondary students at Fallon International School. And here's just 4 samples. These are grades 6 through 11. And many of them have absolutely zero design or art experience. And what we did in the class is I had them go to those websites, find an animal of their choice, and then we brought the photo in a free program called GIMP, which you can download for free. I'll leave the link for you. And then they brought in their photo, and then they used the drawing tools in GIMP in a different layer to trace over the photo, made their little tweaks here and there, and then they threw out the original photo, and they were left with different kinds of illustrations. So these are 4 just different examples. So some just did a black and white drawing like this one with the elephant, and she really played around with the different thicknesses of lines to get those wrinkles in the skin. And then others were kind of more colorful, more blocky. This student used a big fat brush, almost like a paintbrush, to draw around a dog, and you can actually see remnants of the original photograph in the background here. So that's another way that you can start making stuff without worrying so much that you're completely on your own. So my other suggestions are going to a great website such as Canva. I'm already logged in. Canva.com is a great website because they give you all kinds of templates. So if you don't have an idea, you can borrow an idea and just start putting in your own text and your own words. So if we were going to make a Facebook cover, for example, and just for example, it gives you all kinds of templates. Obviously, you want to use the free ones unless you pay to use it. But let's say, I don't know, we choose one of these. Boom, right? So Canva gives you a template, and then anything you click on, you're gonna get settings for. So flip this in. You can change the position. Usually I start with the text. So anything I click on allows me to click on the text, and I can change the font if I want to, the colors, etc. I apologize because I don't have so much time to go into every single program I want to show you, but I just want to give you a taste of all the free tools out there where you can use templates to get started. So if I wanted to change the image, in Canva you have the elements section over here, and if I wanted a picture of a tree, for example, it has all kinds of free photos and graphics here. So if I wanted to, I can bring this in here. Actually, right? With photos, you can replace this photo with something else. Okay, so anyway, it lets you drag in any photos that you want. And of course, if you have your own photo, you just upload an image there. These are some of my students from Mandalay in Myanmar. Mandalay, teaching a social media course. And there we are, right? So anyway, just an example in Canva. Obviously, then when I'm happy with this, I can go and I can download it and use it anywhere I want. That's just Canva. I have a full course on this, by the way, I should mention, but you don't need a full course to get started, right? There's other kinds of tools besides Canva. So if you want to make a website, there's Wix.com, which also is very easy and intuitive. You just go in, and obviously I'm logged in, but you go in and you can create a new site. And you just say, what kind of site do you want to make? Templates for portfolio and CV. Now, it'll actually make one for you, but if you choose a template, it's the same thing as Canva. You just go in, let's say I like this one. You just go in and you start editing. All right, so here's my template. It's the same thing. And there's a bunch of help videos to help you with anything if you get confused. Anything, just like in Canva, I can change. And anything I select, I have settings for, right? So I can change my font, the color, etc. I want to change. Boom. So I have that. I can change pictures if I want to, change image. So anything I click on, it gives me settings for. I have a bunch of bunny images in here already, but you also have the same option in Wix. What I wanted to say is that basically Wix, just like Canva, gives you free images that you can use. So for example, ta-da, there it is. So I know it seems a bit overwhelming just coming in here and starting off, but basically that's how it works. You can click on anything, start changing it. You have buttons. Up the top here you have pages. So right now we're on the home page. We can manage pages, and there's actually a resume page. When I click on it, I'm taken to the resume page, and I can edit that as well. I can get rid of pages or add my own. And then when I'm done, I can preview my website and publish my website, and this is all for free. So that is the world's quickest introduction to Wix. Yet again, I'll just say it once so I don't have to say it for each example, but I have a course, a larger course for every single one of these tools that I'm going to show you. But anyway, so that's Wix. And what else did I want to show you? I wanted to show you Powtoon. So Powtoon is just like Canva, just like Wix. I'm not going to get into it here, but you sign up, you go in, and you have templates, and then you just swap the stuff around. You can have your own animations, you can put your own music in, you can write the text and determine the story. And if you follow a template, it's much easier than if you're just trying to do everything from scratch. So there's Powtoon. Okay, and then there's Stencil. And so one thing I like about this one is you just grab an image, whatever you like. Text here, which be light if it's going to be on that dark background. But then the thing I like about Stencil is just like Canva, but they have a bunch of quotes here. Boom. Creativity is a gift. It doesn't come through if the air is cluttered. John Lennon. Thank you, John Lennon. So anyway, you can move stuff around, but it just makes it really easy to make an inspiring quote that you can share on social media. That took me, what, 2 minutes? And then you basically can download it or share it right on social media. So that's that. So there's a bunch of free tools that you can start using right away. Plus, you know where to get free images, free videos, and free music. So now you really have no excuse. So if you still are not feeling creative, then maybe you should just not worry about it and just start making stuff instead and see if that helps give you ideas. All right, I hope this helps. See you in the next lesson. So I actually use my Vimeo Plus account with 2 other websites. So I'm going to start, well, let's start with filmfreeway.com. So this, my Vimeo Plus account is automatically linked to my Film Freeway account. So there are 2 major websites that if you're a budding filmmaker or not so budding filmmaker or animator, that you should become familiar with. They are withoutabox.com, which I'll show you in a moment, and filmfreeway.com. What makes these websites so wonderful? Well, this is actually my page. So when I submit a film for consideration to an international film festival, the judges will come to this page, and it's password protected. I've already put the password in, so it enables me to watch it. But then if you scroll down, you'll see here's my 15-second teaser. Now that's actually connected to my YouTube account. So filmfreeway.com accepts YouTube and Vimeo videos that you can automatically put on your page. Basically, I have the overview of the movie, and all easily in one place for the judges are my credits, the specifications, and screenings and awards. So all the places that it's screened today, awards, etc., etc., etc. And then if I scroll down, there's my director biography with the handy little photo, a director's statement for those who are so interested, social media buttons, etc. It also gives me options to put production photos as well as my trailer, my website, and then any mentions or news and reviews, other attachments and things that I may wish to add. So I actually like Film Freeway a lot because they're one of the newer websites, but what I liked the best about it is that my preview movie that the judges were going to see are as high of a quality as what I put up on Vimeo, which is HD, very high quality. Now, let's talk about withoutabox.com because they were the very first website of their kind. Now, again, I'm just taking you to my page that judges would see, but unfortunately, and they may have changed things since then, this was 2014. The thing I didn't like about Withoutabox is that when you put your preview video on here, they actually compressed it and the quality is not as good as on Vimeo or in Film Freeway. So judges would be watching my film, and if they were watching my film and trying to decide about choosing my film over someone else's and they were submitting the very highest quality, it would put my film at a disadvantage. But again, just like with Film Freeway, you get a page, and you see I have actually multiple projects on here. And just like Film Freeway, it gives the summary, the videos, the press kit, and screenings. You see I didn't update my screenings. It doesn't show as many as on Film Freeway. But these are my submission videos, my director's statement, resumes, etc. and more about the musical composer, etc., etc. One nice thing, though, about Withoutabox compared to Film Freeway is they're automatically tied together with, IMDb. Okay, so I've gone to IMDb, which is the big website for filmmakers. It's the one where you're going to find the big Hollywood blockbusters as well as the independent features and independent film production people. Because I have had my videos and animations accepted in particular film festivals, it automatically enabled me through withoutabox.com to get an IMDb profile. Now, as you can see, I've been horrible about doing anything with this page, and which is kind of a shame actually, because they do get a lot of traffic. So one of these days I should go back in here and actually update my profile on IMDb. But anyway, you can see that I have a couple of projects listed on here, certainly not all my projects. And if I click on This Too Shall Pass, you'll see this horrible stub-looking page that doesn't really have too much on it, but it just has some of the information pulled from withoutabox.com. Anyway, so one definite advantage to using withoutabox.com is its immediate tie with IMDb. Otherwise, especially if you're a student, a recent film graduate, or a brand new filmmaker or new animator, I recommend Film Freeway, because if you go to their main site, you will see that you have the ability to browse film festivals, and every film festival that you enter has a fee usually, but you have all different categories. You can search by entry fee, so you can search just the free ones or the ones that are very inexpensive. They have special categories just for documentaries, horror, sci-fi, etc. They also have the ones that qualify you for the Academy Awards. We can dream, right? So those are the big, so here you go, Academy Award qualifying festivals. I actually got into one with my animation Larry and Roz not too long ago. Anyway, so that's Film Freeway, and of course the other thing with Without a Box is you can do the exact same thing. You click on it and then you can search all of the different festivals. So Without a Box was the big industry leader. Then Film Freeway came along and gave filmmakers that higher quality submission option for judges, and they kind of turned things upside down for Without a Box. So at the moment, I think Without a Box is trying to fight back. I see that they've redone their website and they probably have new features. So that is the rundown on private videos and also filmmaker websites for filmmakers. I hope you found this helpful, and if there's something else that you would like to know that I didn't cover, just start a new discussion and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Take care and see you in the next lesson. Hey, congratulations, you made it to the end of the course. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed making it. And please, if you have a moment, if you wouldn't mind leaving some feedback in the form of a review, that would be wonderful. It's incredibly helpful for us, the instructors, as well as for students who are wondering if this might be a good course for them. So please do stay in touch. All you have to do is click on our Udemy profiles if you'd like to visit our websites or connect with us via social media. And if you have any questions, do not be afraid to ask. We are here to help. Just send us a message or start a new discussion. All right, thank you so much for taking this course, and we hope to see you in our online classroom again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.